Okay, welcome to this masterclass. We are kicking off our very first, and I don't know if there's going to be many more, who knows, but this is our first time that we've ever done a mystery masterclass. So, no one has known what the topic has been. I didn't really even know what the topic was going to be. It has been a mystery to me, but I have been moving in such a way that things have to be very intentional, but they have to be intentional through the desire, not through such a strategic plan. Let's say I've kind of thrown a lot of rules out the window and I'm really just moving in a way that feels right to me. So, our mystery masterclass is going to be all about bold moves. The Bold Moves Masterclass. So that is going to be what we're talking about today. As you're tuning in, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. If this is the first time you've ever seen me, heard me, listened to me, been in this energy, I would love to know that as well. I'm just going to do a quick spot check. Yes, okay. To be honest with you, be very honest with you, I hate listening to myself. But I wanted to just make sure that I was loud and clear, and I sure am. So yeah, that's a little bit of a secret about me. I hate listening to myself. I never play videos back. So after I do a masterclass or a training or anything to this type of communicating, I just don't listen. I don't go back. I don't listen. I know some people will be like, you should listen, you should know what you did wrong, you did right, how you sounded, how it came off, all the things. And I'm like, nope. Not me, not my style. So as like I was saying, as you're tuning into this, I would love to know where you're coming in from. Where are you at? I'm here in Maryland. If you have never seen me before or heard of me, my name is Katie Foster. I am a virtual assistant, brand manager, business strategist. Like, I feel like I could say all the things that I do because I truly encompass so much. But through these last, gosh, it's been, time just keeps like moving so quickly. Through these last like 18-ish months, I have been in so many different roles behind the scenes as a service provider. And I've done things in such a unique way that I really wanted to shift a little bit of what I've been doing. And now I am the founder of the Service Provider School, and I am coaching you service providers who are in this community and all around, because I want my reach to just like, not gonna lie, I want my reach to really reach the masses here, because this is such a space that is so needed. Because when I got started, this wasn't happening with anybody. And like I said, I had such a unique process to grow and scale my company from $0 to now almost multiple six figures, that I'm ready to share what's been going on. I'm ready to share the trials, the errors, the mistakes, the milestones, the celebrations, all the things that have gotten me to the point that I am at now. And just like, ooh, I always say I feel like I am that emoji with like the brain that's just like exploding, because I feel like I have so much knowledge inside of me that's ready to explode, that that's why I had to just pivot and become this service provider school founder and start giving my knowledge out to you. So as you are on here, I would love to know what it is that you do. Are you a VA? Are you a graphic designer? Are you aspiring to be a certain something? Let me know, because I'd love to see the variety we have. When we have people come into this group, it does tell me what you do, and there is such a variety. So I would love for others to see that as well. So feel free to drop that into the comments section. So we are going to be talking today all about bold moves. And I feel like this is so perfect for many of you that are in this group, because some of you are at different levels, right? Some of you are just starting out. Some of you have started out. Some of you have done this for a little while, but you feel like it's just like, what's going to move the needle? What's going to get me to the next step? What's going to help me to really create the success that I define for myself, right? Because success means something different for every individual. So I wanted to talk about bold moves today. And feel free to drop in the comments as well, maybe what has been the latest bold move that you have made. If you have to think about it for a second, go ahead and think about it. You know, honestly, I have to think about it too. I make bold moves almost every day. We'll talk about them. We're going to talk about them all. I did jot down some bullet points because, like I said, I really didn't know what this topic was going to be for the longest time. Even though I've only been telling you guys that there's been a mystery masterclass for a couple of days. But I didn't know initially when I started talking about the mystery masterclass what we were going to talk about, because I wanted it to be authentic to the moment. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to really not be like, all right, here are my notes, here's what we're going to do, here's how we're going to do it. And like that to me just isn't, that's not how I operate anymore. I've been in this online space now for almost 9 years, and it always seems like everything is so calculated. Everything is so calculated. Everything is so pre-planned. Consistency, this, plan it, do this, batch, do whatever. And I don't always operate in that way. It's not exciting for me. It's not fun for me. It gets to be boring. So when I announced that I was having this masterclass today at this time, I didn't know the topic. But when I did have that topic hit me like a ton of bricks, I did just want to put down a couple of things to make sure that I mentioned over this masterclass, because also when I do my trainings, everything just comes through. If you saw my stories, I wrote, and I always sage. I sage my mic before I get started. I sage my computer. I sage my keyboard. Like I've really tapped into such a different energy within myself that I just want all the good energy around me, right? And I want to make sure that what I'm saying comes off so clear. I want to make sure what's coming through from me is meaningful from me. It's not just something that is like, oh, I Googled how to 1, 2, 3 steps and I'm relaying that message to you. That's not how I operate. I want to be able to tell you tried and true stories and examples and things that I actually go through so that I can have that deep connection with you on the other end of the screen. It's already hard enough to like get through to people when there's no human connection or interactions or like touching and feeling. We're having to go through this in the screen. So I don't know always what's going to come through. I just have like my little bullet points here, and I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have nine bullet points that I wanted to hit on this masterclass. And honestly, I was like, why did I list so many? Why did I list so many bullet points? But they just kept coming. They kept coming up. I didn't want to hold back because, as you know, this is a free masterclass. That's why you're watching. You didn't have to pay to be here. But I wanted to also show you that I'm not holding back just because it's free. I think a lot of people feel like, oh, it's going to be free, so I'm not going to get much out of it. I need to pay for this, but maybe I can't pay for this just yet. So I really wanted you to just be in this space, be in this energy with me, feel me, hear me, get deep with me, and whatever comes through will come through. Is that okay? Is that going to be okay with you, that whatever comes through, I hope lands with you in the way that it needs to land? And if it doesn't, that's okay. I firmly believe that the right timing will be just so divine, right? It'll be so aligned to with what you need to hear. If we spend the next hour and a half and there was only 2 minutes that stuck out to you, that's absolutely fucking perfect. So I apologize. I probably will cuss. That is in my nature, so I will not be holding back on that either. But I want this to mean something to you, just like it means something to me, because making bold moves isn't to be taken lightly. If you fear taking a selfie and you go and post that selfie on the internet, that's a bold ass move, and you did it. And you should celebrate yourself for doing it. So I don't take bold moves lightly at all. So you being here, you tuning in, you taking the time to just get deep with me is so appreciated that I am not holding back whatsoever. And I will also be very candid and say, I hope that I stay on track because I can go off in little tangents. But nonetheless, let's get into the bullet points because I didn't know there was 9, and I don't want to spend all day. I don't want to spend all day going through this, but we can spend a little while, all right? So my first bullet point that I wanted to just rip on right now, because like I said, everyone's at different levels. Everyone here is either starting, they have started a little bit, but then they took their toes out of the sand and now they're like, I don't know. And then there's others who have started, but things might have just stalled, right? Things have stalled for you for whatever reason. And I want to talk to you about making the boldest move to just get started and stay in that zone of every day I am going to get started. Every day is day one. Every day with that excitement, right? Because why? Why do we want to do that? Like I said in the beginning, things got so boring for me in business. After the online space, it's like, do 30 days of live videos, do your daily methods of operations, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it was so robotic. It's so robotic sometimes in this online space that it takes out all of the freaking excitement. But what is the one thing that always was a common denominator for me was my day one was always so damn exciting. Every time, if you don't know my background, I started out in network marketing. That is how I started out in this online space as a network marketer. They were actually what? Direct sales. That's really where it started, direct sales. And then that evolution of like, oh, now we're network marketers. Oh, now we're social sellers. Like, the names just shift every day. But that was really how I started out. And it was so do this, cookie cutter, follow this. And I truly thought that was where my success would come from. I truly would say, because I started when I was 21, I'm 31 now, and I truly thought that I was going to be, my slogan for myself in my brain when I would say things to myself was millionaire by 28, millionaire by 28, millionaire by 28. And I would keep saying that. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew through network marketing, direct sales, because that was all I did, was the way that I was going to make my millions. I saw other people doing it. I thought I could do it. That was the end all be all for me. So when I saw that things kept going in this very robotic cycle and I kept starting, stopping, I would get so excited to create a team and I would get so excited to do these processes and all of these things that ultimately didn't serve the space that I was in, but it was so beautiful of an alignment to put me where I am now because I was able to analyze all of those things that I kept doing in cycles and realizing that, holy shit, like this is actually not where I should be, but all of the things that I'm doing I could be doing for all these other business owners. I could be setting up their processes. I could be streamlining their systems. I could be doing all these things in the background that I love doing for myself, building websites. I don't know how many websites I've built. Every business that I've gone and taken an avenue through, I've built websites for myself. So now I was able to take a step back and say, you know what? Although I never saw myself going in this direction, I'm going to make this bold ass move and pivot. And if you haven't heard before, I will tell you my little story, but I actually hired a coach for thousands of dollars to teach me on sales to get into my course, which was teaching people network marketing and how to create success in network marketing. And within the first month, I don't even think it was a month long, but within the first month, I had this realization. I had figured it out for myself that I didn't ultimately want to be coaching in that space. I didn't want to do that. So here I am investing thousands of dollars, still needing to pay on a payment plan for the next upcoming months. And I wasn't even needing to be coached in that direction. So it was a totally bold move for me to say, this isn't right for me anymore. This isn't right for me anymore. I actually need to go the route of being a virtual assistant. And that's what I'm going to do. 24 hours later, I had my first client. Within 30 days, I had been fully booked out to the point where it was like, no, you can't take on any more clients. But I ignored that and I made the bold move to just ignore that and keep taking on clients. And you will learn that through my teachings of how you need to have better boundaries. But that is why I love what I do, is because I was able to go through those trials and those mistakes and teach them to you so you don't make the same mistakes. You know how people will say, when you have children and it's like they go out and you don't want them to do a certain something, right? You want to tell them something and you want them to listen so they don't make the mistake. But then you have like someone over here who's like, oh, just let them go do it. Let them make that mistake because that'll be their lesson learned. They'll never do it again. And I'm like, no, I don't want for you guys here in this community to go out there and make the mistakes and then say, I should have listened to Katie. Like, I want to be here. I want to be that person that took the step forward before you to say, no, don't make this mistake. Don't get hurt. Don't get burnt out. Don't get stressed out. There's a better way. And we're going to be here together. So that was a little tangent that probably doesn't even connect to what I was saying. But that's why I love coaching in this space, because I don't want you to go out there doing the mistakes that I made when I was booked out after 30 days and I should have stopped taking clients, but I kept taking clients. And now I have a better process in place. But it took me making that bold move with that coach and saying, this really isn't the avenue that I want to go down. So I'm going to go down another avenue. If I never made that bold move, I would not be able to sit here and say that I had my own self-made company of multiple six figures. I never reached that point in network marketing. When I sat there and said I was going to make my millionaire by 28, I thought that I was going to constantly have this growing success when I was totally misaligned. Ooh, hope you didn't hear that. I was totally misaligned, and getting in alignment with my bigger purpose is like the secret. It's the secret to everything. If you are feeling this nudge right now, if you are feeling this pull and this desire to do something different that you're not currently doing, do it. There's a reason. There is a reason why you're feeling that. There's a reason why you're in this group. There was a reason why you saw my stories and saw Mystery Masterclass and you were like, let me get into that. There's a reason. Are you going to ignore that reason, or are you going to keep going in that avenue of exploring it? You don't have to have it all figured out right now, but are you at least open to exploring it? And I was. Because I knew what I was doing on this vicious cycle wasn't working. So I knew I had to explore something different. And it's crazy. It is so crazy that making that bold move has led me to where I am when I couldn't stand a day of consistency in network marketing. I start, stop, post here, post there, 30 days alive, forget it. Like, I could never stay consistent. But the minute that I got in alignment with what I should have been doing, even though I probably wouldn't have known I should have been doing it if I hadn't gone through that, once I got into alignment, the consistency was just so freaking easy. So if you feel like something isn't easy right now, ask yourself why. Are you in alignment? Are you forcing it? Do you just have some mindset work to do? You know? Like, it's going to be a journey. It is for me. I posted in this group the other day that I have wanted to quit almost on a weekly basis. But because I know my purpose and I know my passion for this space, I know that those thoughts are so temporary that I keep making the bold move every single day to treat it like it's day one, with that same excitement, that same enthusiasm, that same drive. You know, you always have that a specific drive when it's the first day and you're like, I can do anything. I can get as many clients, I can do it all. Well, that's like your day one thought. And then day two comes when you don't have the client and you're like, oh, now I'm a little bit softer and I'm not too sure if I'm going, like, you start declining day after day after day. But when you sit here and you can make the bold move to say day one is every day, you're going to show up with that excitement and that enthusiasm and that confidence, and people are going to truly feel that. They're going to truly feel that. And I talked about this in my Be Unique Masterclass. So if you did get access to that, you heard me talk about how to truly be unique. And I just got to payment notification. So you guys, like it can happen. It happens all day, every day. It can be for you too. Like that is why I'm showing up for you guys. I love this. So the Be Unique Masterclass was one of the first masterclasses I held to really help you to own that confidence, own that power, and get into this space that you can claim. You don't have to have had years of experience. I never had years of experience when I had my first client. I only had like self-taught, self-done, worked for myself kind of experience. I don't have a degree. I didn't go to school for this. Like I didn't go to school at all, really. Well, I graduated high school, but I didn't go to college. So nothing qualified me to get started except for myself. I qualified myself. And every day is day one. So if that resonates with you, I want you to give me a yes in the comments. Let me know how that hit. Some of you may be like, all right, next bullet point. Some of you may be like, all right, that's all I need. I'm ready to get out of here. So I encourage you to make the bold move to just get started. But to get started, like every day is day one. Like every day is day one. The excitement will stay with you, and it's going to come off so beautifully that people are going to be so attracted to you. Don't you want that? Don't you want people to be so attracted to you that they are like, all right, now how do I hire you? I don't even know maybe what you can do for my business, but I know I need some support. So can you tell me what you can do? That's almost like the best way, right? When you don't even tell people what it is you do and how you do it, they just like need you. I love that part. So my second bullet point that I wanted to talk about, and this one is going to really take us to a deep level here. I didn't even know that I added this until like within 5 minutes of the masterclass starting. And I was going to go live on my Instagram with this masterclass so that my Instagram audience could get into the energy of how I host these. But then, and maybe this isn't the best example because it's not a bold move per se, but it's bold enough for me to just start. Okay? So when I got started as a virtual assistant in November of 2020, November of 2020 was when I made the announcement. Within November of 2020 was when the biggest bombshell in my life hit me. It hit me, it crippled me, it sent me back into a depression that I've already had since I was in high school. It sent me into a spiraling social anxiety that I've never experienced. My husband has experienced anxiety and I've always been there for him with it. But I've never could say I understand or I've done this or I felt this or I've just always been there to support him. So now here I am with this crippling anxiety, social anxiety, trying to build a business that is social based. So my next bullet point for you is you have to show up boldly. And even though I did not broadcast this on my Instagram live, showing up boldly, I'm able to show up and explain this boldly to you because it's part of my story that I also have never thought that I would share. There's many parts of me that I feel like I will be trickling out in time as I feel ready to. I have so many ideas and certain things that I'm going to keep in secret, but there's a big something that I really want to do, but I'm in a space where I'm not ready to do it yet because it's going to open up a big can of worms. It's really going to open up a big can of worms. But taking the step that I'm taking now to just even articulate to you that I've gone through this deep depression, I've gone through this deep social anxiety that has crippled me in such a way that I don't go to the grocery store. I do online shopping. I order my groceries. I order from Target. I do all the things online because I socially don't want to be out in this world. Like it kills me. So in November, when I got the first client, I'm now 30 days getting fully booked out, and boom, this bombshell hits. How am I going to keep showing up? because it felt like at that time that my space, my personal life, my family life, my everything, I don't want to get emotional, so I'm going to like keep this really good. But everything came to a point where I didn't want to show it. I didn't want to show anything at all because of fear of who was watching, who was taking notes, who was taking tabs, who was ready to jeopardize all of the things that I was doing and creating and building. So I had to figure out how to keep showing up boldly in a way that wasn't going to keep crippling my anxiety, because I still deal with it every single day. It's something that I've gone to therapy for. It's something that I have to do a lot of healing for. But it's come from a space that it's like, all right, although this has happened to you, what is this showing you? And it's really taken me now almost 2 years to understand that it was showing me something. And I hope that it keeps unraveling that so I can keep showing up in this deep, meaningful way. And like I said, I did not think I was going to share this on this live. You know, it's like it's in layers. It's in a deep layer. So for you, if it's deep and it's layered like this, and it's hard for you to show up in a bold way, I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone. Like, I feel it too. It can be so scary to put yourself out there. If you're getting started and you're like, I don't even know if anyone's going to need this, want this, hear this, get this service, be a client, I don't know, and you're like scared, you're not alone. We all fear it. We all fear it. But what we need to overcome is hiding. We need to show up in a way that is first comfortable for us and keep pushing it every day. I remember when all of this happened, I was like, how the hell am I going to post? How the hell am I going to get another client? How am I going to keep this business going? Because I can't even take a picture right now. I don't want people to know what I'm doing right now. I don't want people to see my face right now. My face is in tears. How can I take a selfie? Can't take a selfie. So I had to take a picture of my surroundings. Don't want them to see my surroundings. It was just it's bad. But I had to understand my purpose. I don't even know that I really looked at like the long term. I had to just look at the moment. It's a moment by moment thing with me. And I have to understand that showing up boldly is what is most in alignment with me, and we'll get through it. Time moves, healing happens, we're not alone, and we can show up boldly. So if that resonates with you, feel free to drop a yes in the comments, because I know we all go through something. We don't know what the other person on the other end is going through. And we're all just here trying to figure it out. We're all just here trying to figure it out the best we can. So just show up boldly. Show up knowing that there is someone that I think that's what's coming through right now. That is what kept me present, was knowing that I just could not be the only one. I just could not be the only one. So we got to just be present and make this bold move to show up. Because if there's someone else who needs me today, I need to show up for them. Because I want them to know that they're not alone. Because I don't want to feel alone. Right? Okay. So that was like my deep aspect of the masterclass. It was close. It was close. We almost needed to bring out the tissues, but I'm glad because I don't have any. So bullet number 3, we need to understand not to think that every job is what we need to apply for. You know, I talk about this inside the certification, and we'll talk about all of that at the end. But part of the certification is that I will be showing you different jobs you can apply for, helping you get applying for those jobs. But here's the thing. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. So you need to make the bold move to say, I'm not going to apply for that. I see jobs almost every other hour come through, just Facebook alone. Just on Facebook alone, I see all of these jobs come through. Hey, I need this. Hey, I'm hiring. Hey, I need this. And I will look at the specifics and I'll say, oh, I can apply for that. I can reach out for that. But I know that it's going to push me into a stressful state because it's not, what's a good example? Let's take websites, okay? Let's take websites, for example. I do dozens of websites. I don't even know how many websites, but so many websites. And there are certain platforms that I love working in. There are certain platforms that I absolutely hate working in, but I know how. I know how to work in those platforms. But if I hate working in them, why would I say I'll do it? Just because I know how to do something doesn't mean I should do something. And if I hate doing that something, then why would I apply for that something? So it hit me the other day. It's like, you don't need to apply for everything that you could do. You need to make the bold move to say, I will only apply for what is a absolute hell yes. If you have to question, should I do this? Do I want to do this? Then you probably shouldn't do it. You probably shouldn't do it. You shouldn't apply for it. You need to leave it with someone else and know that there is another job coming through specifically for you. And trust that. There's so much trust that needs to go into building a business. If I had known that in the beginning, I probably would be a lot further than I am now. But I'm so grateful for where I am now because I realize that it's all about yourself. It's all about the self, the mind, the body, the feelings, all the things. And if you feel like what you're applying for isn't ultimately right, you just want to get something under your belt, or you want to get a client, or you want to get the income, so you're forcing it, the outcome isn't going to be what you want it to be. So you're better off not forcing it and allowing another opportunity to come to you. And every time that I have done this, the one that I let go, 3 more come in. Which is leading me to my next one. You need to be able to reject bad clients. If you see the red flags, run. There have been times when I've ignored the red flags and I've taken on clients that I knew I should not have taken on. And it did not leave the best mark. Well, it didn't leave a bad mark, but it didn't leave the right mark. It didn't leave, I always leave things very professionally, but more. And every time I've let a client go, another one shows within 24 hours. It's crazy. It's like really crazy how it happens. But I also trust and I know that when I make that bold move for myself, the universe will make a bold move back and show me where I need to be. Just like with what I'm doing right now. I will be totally honest with you. When I made this pivot to be in this space to coach service providers, hopefully you can hear me. Let me just double check. Because I just got a notification that things are... Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I got a notification that my internet usage is being eaten up, but whatever. Making a bold move and who freaking cares? What was I talking about? I don't even know. See, that's why I just don't plan things anymore. But then when I do that, then I forget what I was talking about. Clients, they come. I don't know what I was saying. I was just on it. I was on it. Oh, I know what I was saying. When I came into this space to coach and train other service providers, you know what's funny? Is that there's always at least one person. There will always at least be one person that's going to try to knock you off where you think you should step. And I made the mistake. Wasn't necessarily a mistake, and I didn't obviously listen because here I am teaching and coaching and mentoring, but I made the mistake of sharing my next move with, I believe it was a client. And she was explaining to me that it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. My audience isn't there. My audience isn't ready. They're not going, you can't offer multiple things, blah, 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 blah. Well, why the hell not? And you know what? I made the move anyway, and every single thing that I have released, at least one person has joined it. And that's all the validation I need, to be honest with you. I don't care that 100 people didn't join my last masterclass. I don't care that 10 people didn't join my last masterclass. But when I show up consistently, boldly, and in alignment with what I know is true for me and exciting for me and energetically ready for me, it's crazy that I wake up to a notification saying so-and-so just joined the masterclass pass. So-and-so just joined the Serve It Up course. Like, it's just so crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, see? She was wrong. She was wrong. I made the bold move anyway. You don't need people to tell you you can do something. You have to believe and trust and be bold enough in yourself to know you can do something. And then the evidence will show itself. It may not show it in 24 hours. It may not show it in 30 days. It doesn't freaking matter. It will show up. It will show up. But you have to believe it deep in you. You can't fake believe it. Like, I fake believed that I was going to be a millionaire by 28. Like, it sounded good, so I just made it up. What I'm doing now actually feels good, not just sounds good. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going against the mold. So when I got started, like I said, there was none of this. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach. I didn't know what was right, didn't know what was wrong. Everything that I saw that I could invest into was like amateur level, if I'm being honest. I wanted like high level. I work with 6 and 7 figure brands. I don't want to work with amateurs, if I'm being honest. So I didn't want to go through these coaching programs that were very easy for me to get into, but they were already things that I knew how to do. How to create a Facebook group, getting your business registered, doing this, doing that. Like, I knew that. To me, I knew that. I needed an elevated space. But the thing was, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see virtual assistants showing up the way that I wanted to show up. I didn't see virtual assistants working with 6 and 7 figure brands. I didn't see them collaborating. I didn't see them doing any of the things that I do. So I had to go against the mold. And that is what you need to do, is make the bold move to go against everything that you think is true until you listen to me. No, I'm just kidding. But until you feel it deep in your soul and in your body, and your body knows. If your body is cringing at the thought of showing up and doing a live video, don't freaking do the live video. Go against the mold of whoever's telling you to do a live video and do what feels right to you. If you want to offer a certain service only because you saw it on so-and-so's Instagram packages and you're like, ooh, I can do that too, but then you post it and you're like, this is such bullshit. Like, you don't need to offer it then. Go against the norm, go against the mold, create your own lane to be in. And that's exactly what I did. And I feel like that has been so successful for me because I am unique. Just like my masterclass, I am doing things in a way that shows up in such a light that people can feel the energy behind it. And we're going to be talking about it inside my elevated operations course, which I have not talked about before. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But that is going to really help you to uniquely define your operations. We did talk about it in my Serve It Up course, though, when you can really align yourself to services and packages and offers that align with you. But when we are going to elevate your operations, that's going to really mold the way that you operate. How many times do you see, gotta do a discovery call, gotta do an application, gotta do this, gotta do that? I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that. I hate discovery calls. It's a waste of my time. So I don't do it anymore. I remember I had like 7 discovery calls in one day before, and it was like uh, so draining because I already knew they were going to sign. I already knew what they needed to do. I already knew all the things. So why are we getting on a call and wasting each other's time? So I've broken the mold. I don't do calls. I don't do applications. I do things my way. And that's what we're going to talk about inside the Elevated Operations course. So I'm so excited for that. We get to get started so soon. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Asking for referrals. So this is something that I'm also going to be teaching here very soon, but I want to talk and touch on it in here. So why are referrals so important? Okay. Actually, we're going to talk on human design a little bit. I didn't know we were going to go there, but we're going to go there. I'm not a human design expert. One of my clients is though. And it's crazy because I'm a projector. So if you know anything about projectors, we don't typically ask for things. Let me put this in the right way. We need to be invited, okay? We need to be invited to give our insight, right? I have so many situations where I just sit back and I'm like observing and I'm like, I have a lot to say right now, but I know that there's no invitation for me to say what I want to say, so I don't say it until someone's like, hey, Katie, what do you think? And then I'll spiel it all out. But same goes for business. I can't just go and feel aligned with cold messaging people saying, hey, here's what I offer. Hey, here's what I do. Hey, do you need this? Hey, do you want that? No, I need to know that the invite is there for you to want to have that conversation with me. So it's really crazy that as a projector, it's not the norm for me to do those things. But what's normal for me is just showing my work, showing up boldly, being an example of what I am, showing my confidence, showing my work. When I can show my work, that is when people feel pulled to me the most. But then what's also amazing is that because of referrals, I get the invite all the time to tell people what I do. Because of my current client base who works with me and loves working with me, they then go and tell either, because if they're business coaches, they are coaching people, so they have their own clients and they will tell them about me. So I've gotten into that. All right, after I work with someone for a certain amount of time, I'm going to let them know that I would appreciate referrals. You have to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get, right? So, and a lot of times I actually don't ask. They just end up coming and I'll get an email, hey, so-and-so sent me to your way. And I'm like, oh, great. Like now I'm in my zone. You just opened up the door. I didn't have to open it up. So how can you get that door opened for yourself? How can you ask for referrals? Even if it's someone that you haven't ever worked with before, it's not a client who's experienced you before, you may be able to still go to someone and say, hey, do you know anyone that may be looking for what I have to offer? And you can just let them know what you do without trying to pitch them to make them the client, if that doesn't feel good to you. So getting in that energy of asking for referrals will be so beneficial, especially if you're like a projector like me and you need to be welcomed and opening, and you have to have that door open for you. Making that bold move, because people don't ask for that. That's the bold move aspect in this. People do not ask for anything, to be honest with you. They wait for people to tell them what to do in this space. Or they're like vultures and they just go, 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 go. Pitch, 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 pitch. And it's like, where did you come from? But when you can ask people in a genuine way, boldly for referrals, your business is going to work beautifully for you. Okay. All right, here, pricing. So this is something else that we touched on in the Serve It Up course, and pricing was not, it was going to be its own course. Pricing was going to be its own course, but then I put it in the Serve It Up course because it was so parallel. It was so needed. It was such a conversation that we needed to have. So if you are not in the Serve It Up course, you can hear in a minute how you can get into that. But it's the true foundations of really getting your services and what you offer out. And we talk about pricing. And in this Bold Moves Masterclass, I want to encourage you to boldly price yourself where you want to be, not where someone else is telling you you need to be, not where you saw someone else's packages at, where you feel it should be, what feels right to you. It doesn't feel right to me to only charge $100 for Instagram work. It feels better to me to charge $800 plus. It doesn't feel good to me to say I'll do a website for a couple $100 when that should be actually a couple $1,000s. So how can you be bold in your pricing that feels aligned to you and you're not aligning to someone else's pricing? Because the problem with aligning to someone else's pricing is that you're either aligning with their money mindset or they've aligned themselves to someone else. So it's just a domino effect of misaligned pricing. And that's not going to be good, because when you're telling someone, oh, it's going to be X, Y, and Z, they're going to be like, what? I had to send an email yesterday to someone about my packages. So she submitted a work request and I submitted the proposal back and I put down my pricing. In the beginning, I would have been like, they're not asking for the price. Do I put it? Like, no, not anymore. We're going to make sure they know it, because if they can't afford it, I don't want to waste my time. And that's a bold move. A lot of people, they just want to get people to keep having that conversation with them. So they're just going to keep them happy until it's like asked. No, be bold, tell them your price, declare it, be proud of it, get it out there. Another crazy thing that does not happen often in this space, but it's going to be so respected. It's going to be so respected by the people that you are engaging with, or your client base really, is asking for criticism. Asking, how can you do better? How can you elevate? How can you take it to the next step? How could you have had a better service? I ask my clients all the time, if there is something you don't like, before you get mad at me, or before you drop me, or before you fire me, tell me. Because if you don't like it, I don't know. I'm not psychic. I might be very intuitive and like in my zone, but like, I don't know what I don't know. So I'm always open to feedback, and I'm always open to criticism. And that is bold. That is very bold, because a lot of people aren't. They're not open to it at all. They're like, I don't want to know the bad stuff. I don't want to know. Don't. Like, Because when we hear the negative, we stay in the negative. But when you look for the negatives that you can improve and be elevating and do better, why would you not want to do that? Because then you're just going to provide a better service, and then you can go charge yourself more. So ask for feedback. Ask for the critiques. Don't let clients think that they cannot tell you if they don't like something. I have a client every day. Every day I do her content, and there are some times that I forget certain things that she doesn't like. And she'll be like, don't hate me, Katie, but can you change this? And I'm like, of course. Like, I forget. Like, I don't know. I have all these clients. Like, I don't remember that you don't like black backgrounds. It's such a small thing to me. So if you remind me, I'll fix it. It's no big deal. I'm glad to fix it because I want you happy. If you're not happy, I'm not going to be happy. But if you're not happy and I don't know it, then we're both sitting here like, she doesn't like my work. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing? So ask for the feedback. It's bold of you, but it's going to be so respected of you. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is investing in yourself. It's bold to do that. It is so bold to say, I am worth this investment, time investment, financial investment, energetic investments, right? It is so bold of you to say, I am worth the growth. I am worth this right now. I made an investment the other week where I spent $1,000 without knowing what the $1,000 was getting me. That was probably the boldest move that I've made. I've made a lot of investments. I knew exactly what I was getting. But when I gave this woman $1,000, I didn't know what I was getting for a couple more days, and I had to just trust and believe that it was aligned to me. But you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Again, if you feel like a hell yes, absolutely, then you need to do it. If you feel like, there's something maybe not so right here, then don't do it. She has sense. There's two little things to this. The first time she did it, I felt like an absolute hell yes, and I did it. She's doing it currently, and I could do it again. And I kind of know. I know that it's going to be worth it, but there's something in me that's like, Katie, you don't need to do that right now. You don't need to do that right now. But you need to know and feel it within yourself that I'm worth it. Like, this is it. This is what I need to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Invest in your growth so that you can get to those next levels. If I never invested to get to the next level, I would not be at this certain mindset that I'm at now. I would have not done all the deep healing that I've done now. I would not spend hundreds of dollars to go lay on a bed and look like I'm asleep for people to just put their hands over me and let me feel like they are tapping into me. You know, like, I invest in myself daily. I'll say I invest in myself daily through time investments, but I definitely invest in myself monthly, if not weekly, through financial investments, because I know that I need to constantly keep growing. If I don't keep growing and I just stay where I'm at, that's not me. I'm not okay with that. It's not in my DNA. I don't want to do that. No, I want to keep growing. So I encourage you to make whatever that bold move is for you. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that you can invest in if you feel inclined, if you feel like it feels right in your body. I don't want to force it, because I never want someone to feel like they are forced to work with me. That is another aspect of my service provider world. People will ask me, do I have to work with you for 3 months? Is there like a minimum to this package? And I will tell them absolutely not. It's at least a month. I mean, I can't bill you for a month's worth of, like, a week worth of work. Like, I do my monthly increments, but I'm not going to confine you to a contract that says a 3-month minimum or a 6-month minimum or things like that, when a lot of other people do, because they want that security in their income. But I don't want that, because I don't want to force someone to work with me. You either do or you don't. And if you do, then we're going to have amazing results. And if you don't, then we don't need to, because then you're going to just feel like it's a forced relationship. And I don't freaking want that. Who wants to be with a partner or married and have their spouse feel forced to work, to live with them and be with them? Same for business. I don't want to have students and clients who feel forced to work with me. It doesn't feel good. You're not going to get the results that way. But if you do absolutely feel like you want to stay in this energy and you want to stay in this space, I am more than happy to share with you, and I will in just a second, exactly how we can be in each other's world. Okay? So I'm going to do that now. And if you don't want to stay around for that, I love you. I adore you. I appreciate you for being here these last 53 minutes with me. But if you want to keep hanging out and hearing the things that I have to offer, hello, hi, welcome to the little after party. Welcome to the little offer party, I guess. So I want to talk to you about some of the things, all right? This masterclass was absolutely for free, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some things that resonated with you. If you did, drop a yes. And I want to share with you that I have multiple masterclasses going on. I host at least one a month, but if you've heard before, I have at least like 2 planned, and I just love doing them so much. It's like an hour and a half, 90-ish or so minutes, where I can just come and pour into you in this way, and I freaking love it. The people who have been in my masterclasses love it. And what happens when you get the masterclass pass is you automatically get everything. You get all of my masterclasses. Excuse me, I gotta excuse me. So So the Masterclass Pass, it's a 12-month pass where you get every Masterclass for the 12 months once you enroll. So if you get started today with the Masterclass Pass, you will have full access to all of my Masterclasses through July 8th, 2023. If you join on July 15th, you will have every Masterclass from July 15th through July 15th, 2023. You will have all 12 months, okay? Because I host a masterclass every month, they all range from about $99 up to $333. But when you get the masterclass pass for $555, you don't have to worry about those prices. So as you can imagine, if something, let's just say they're all $100 each month, that's $1,200. If you pick each one every month that I do, because you're like, oh, I need that topic. Oh, I need that topic. Oh, I need that topic, right? That's $1,200 when you could have spent just $555 on the pass. Okay, so I am here going to drop the link. Let me get it. I'm in the wrong browser. Don't you ever have browsers that like have links pre-saved and you're like, where is it? Masterclass. Okay, so I love this. This is just a no-brainer because you don't need to even think about having the next class. You just automatically get them. You'll get the emails. I make sure that I know who has the Masterclass pass, and I get you the access to everything automatically. You don't have to sign up. You don't got to drop your emails. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do that. You just get it automatically. Masterclass pass. Here's the link. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the certification. This is probably, and we're going to break it down a little bit more, but this is probably the biggest, bestest, boldest move that you could make, is to be certified service provider. And I'm getting the link for you right now. The price will be increasing in time. Serviceproviderschool.com. And what this is going to do is give you everything that I am actually offering here. So you get the Masterclass pass automatically. You get to call yourself a certified service provider. You get 12 core courses. So all 12 of these courses that I am providing are going to you automatically enroll into them, okay? And if I happen to have another course pop up, you automatically get that too. So it is a 12-month commitment. 12-month commitment with 12 core courses that are going to give you that label, that title of I'm a certified service provider. You can go put it on your Instagram bio, you can get a little pretty certificate, and you can call yourself a certified service provider. And that's going to really help you gain elevated clients. So you'll get that 12-month commitment, you'll get all the 12 core courses, you'll get access into the service certification program, or you can get the Service Provider Club separately. Right now, the club is at a discounted rate. It's where we do a we do a call every month, a Q&A call. We do just one idea call when you initially get started for 15 minutes. It's going to be so fun. If you have an idea that you want to do and you're like, I don't know how to get it going, we're going to get it going. And you're going to be in a network and a community of other service providers to just feel like you're not alone. You're not alone, ever. Also, and that right now by itself is $55 every month, $55 every month. It will be increasing very soon. I just looked at the date. But if you get the certification, you get it automatically. Don't worry about it. So the next thing that you get only inside the certification, it's not anywhere else, is the bi-weekly critiques. So you get to submit 2 items to me every other week. So I'm copying the link right now for you, the certification. The critiques are, let's say you just built your website and you're like, I don't know if it looks good. Submit it to me. I will give you personalized feedback. You're like, I have a client who wants to work with me. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. submit it to me. We'll digest it. We'll go through it. It is truly what it's called, a critique. I will give you personalized critiques on all of the things that you're asking for. So you'll get 2 of those every other week. It's like crazy insane how much the certification program actually is valued at over $2,300. But right now, if you pay in full for $6,000, you're done for the year. You get the certification, you get all the things automatically, or we can break it down in a payment plan for you. You just need to reach out to me, okay? So the master classes, you're gonna want it. The Service Provider Club, you're gonna want it. Let me go get that link for you if you do want that separately. And now the individual courses. You can enroll into the individual 12 courses by themselves. The Service Provider Club. Here we go. There's a link for that. You don't have to get into the certification program to get a core course, okay? When you see me talking about a course, you can totally opt into it right then. But once the course is donezo, then it's donezo. You only those in the certification program will get the backlog of courses, but only those who want to individually enroll into the courses have to enroll into them in real time because they are in short burst. I don't believe that you need to take 3 months to know your pricing when we can do it in 7 days. And we're going to talk about the next course that I do have coming up that I have not talked about yet, which you did hear me mention in this masterclass, was the elevated operations. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link right now. The price is freaking crazy. It's crazy that I have priced it at this pre-sale price, but it will be increasing in just a couple days when I go public with this. Okay, I'm about to go into launch with this program. Let me see my calendar. Here it is. I don't know why I opened my phone when it's in here. Okay, so we're gonna be going live with this course in just a couple days. So when I go live, the price goes up. But we are going to spend 10 days together starting July 18th. Elevated operations, here's the link. We're going to go July 18th for 10 days. We're going to teach you my operations. We're going to go through onboarding, offboarding, how to break the mold, how to have your own model that you feel aligned with. And then at the end of the 10 days, we're going to talk one-on-one and go over your operations and go through and make sure that it is ready to rock and roll. I cannot wait. So that's why I'm so dumbfounded by the pre-sale price, because just the analysis on your operations alone should be the price of the whole program. But there you go. You're welcome. Okay, so that is what I have for you right now. I do have one more. Okay, so we have the links for Masterclass Pass, we have the links for certification, we have the links for the club, we have the links for the next course that you can get into right now. After the 18th, it closes unless you get the certification. After the 18th, it closes unless you get the certification. Now, I did do a masterclass that the replay is available for you. It was not supposed to be available for you, but because I freaking love the masterclass so much, and it is like everything to me, the whole meaning of freedom, no stress, scaling your business, growing your business, the Freedom While Scaling masterclass I'm allowing to be enrolled into right now. So let me grab that link for you. And you can grab it whenever you feel ready. It's not going to go anywhere like I thought it was going to. Freedom While Scaling. There it is. Freedom Masterclass. You can get this class now. I've kept the link open because I just love this topic so much. Freedom While Scaling. So here it is. Okay? All right. That is it. That is it. I appreciate you for hanging out with me again for these 60-ish minutes. I don't take it lightly. Your time investment is everything. You will have grown in some way, shape, or form. If it wasn't the whole hour that you got out of it, but you got a minute out of it, then that's I did my job. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I adore you, and I will see you next time.